Hey guys, it's Carter. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day today. Now, in today's video, we are going to be talking about a couple of things. We're going to answer one of the most common questions that I get asked on this channel is how do you grow a small account with no experience? So if you're just getting started or don't know where to start, or maybe you already trade and you're just having a hard time being consistent or being profitable. So, we're going to talk about what I've done that worked extremely well. It's a simple roadmap that you guys can follow to make sure that you're on the right path for success. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Smash that like button, subscribe. And if you want to learn more about trading, check out our school. It's awesome. It's called the Swing Trading Masterclass. We got live streams, quizzes, lectures. We got hours of video lessons. We teach you how to build a strategy rather than how to get rich quick. We teach you how to be consistent rather than just get lucky here and there. So check it out down below. It's fantastic. And let's dive into this. So how do you start? What's the best approach? So for me, the first thing you need to do is to figure out what type of trader you are, right? Because everybody has different personalities, different tendencies. And honestly, some of you are going to be attracted to day trading or swing trading or even Forex trading or ETF trading. There's millions of different ways to make money in the stock market. But for me, one of the things that I love is swing trading stocks. So what this means is I'm buying a stock and selling it. I'll also short a stock, so betting for it to go down, but I don't get into options or futures or anything like that. For me, I never was attracted to it. I felt like it was a high risk, high reward, and I just didn't know it, right? And so now I think it's better to be a master at one thing than to be average or below average at 10 things, right? So what you need to do is figure out what type of trader you want to be. And the next thing is you need to learn. No matter what, at the end of the day, making money in the stock market comes down to one thing, and that is the more you learn, the more you're going to earn. And it's completely true. So if you're starting out, check out courses, check out my course. You guys watching this video is already taking that first step to be profitable. After that, during this time, you're going to want to figure out a good broker. The broker I use and would recommend is Moomoo. I'll put a link to them down below because you guys can get up to 60 free stocks just by signing up. So click that link, sign up. But during this education phase, you can be pretty experimental, right? Because you can paper trade and you can honestly just practice, right? You can practice, you can watch videos. I would recommend doing this for about 1 to 2 months is to just dive in on education. After that, you're going to spend about 6 months of paper trading. Paper trading is using simulated money to practice. So you can figure out good entries, exits, risk management structures, all of that good stuff, right? So now, during this paper trading phase, you're going to be refining your strategy. So, what that means is you're going to be documenting what's working and what's not working so you can focus on what's working rather than just continuing to paper trade on a strategy that's maybe unprofitable or that's just not working, right? So after that, start small, right? Start small with $100, $200 and try to grow it. The best thing I ever heard was if you're profitable with $100, you can be profitable with 1,000 or 10,000, right? And it's completely true. After you learn a good strategy, it's never about how much money you have. It all dials in onto your strategy. So, during all this time, the biggest thing is just you're the result of your actions, right? If you are somebody that's watching this video and you've watched videos like this of how to be profitable, most traders, especially profitable traders, say the same things, right? They say learn, paper trade, constantly learn and document your trades to figure out what's working, all of that stuff. But if you're not doing that and then you're coming back to these videos, that's where a problem is it's you. So you're the result of your actions. If you're somebody that after your 9 to 5, you go home and you watch Netflix and then go to bed, and then you complain you're not, profitable, well, yeah, it makes sense. So you just need to dial in on education, guys. You won't regret it. And enough with that. Let's actually look at a good strategy that works extremely well. We'll talk about a couple of trades that I've done with this. One of the stocks here that we've traded is Amazon. We also are in on SPY. All of these good positions. We're up handsomely on all of them. But with Amazon here, one of the things you got to look for here is trends, right? Trends with all of my stocks are crucial, right? What do we notice? That all of them have upward trends. So there's a lot of buying pressure involved. Very rare, right? With Berkshire Hathaway, being the one kind of exception, very rare will I get in on a stock that's on a downward trend. This is a huge misconception when it comes with trading is you're trying to find a stock that's on a downward trend so you can buy it at a cheaper price when in reality it's better to find a stock on an upward trend that has sold off to some sort of support zone. So a support zone is just where a stock gets natural tendencies of getting buying pressure. So we can see here with Amazon, one of the reasons I love it is the trend, right? After that, we got in during this breakout rate here near and around 185. So what that means, right, is we can see this red straight line was the downward trend, right? So it hit this point, right, several times, just having a hard time breaking above it, classifying it as a resistance line. So for us, we always look at sell off as opportunity. The stock popped up here, getting in near and around that 185. It also was extremely undervalued on that RSI. So we had a lot of metrics in our favor, right? This is what we call a breakout, getting in on that push above the resistance point. We can see here a very similar approach here with SPY, but you guys will notice, right? Instead of huge sell off like we saw in here, we got in on a position, with the S&P 500 on this breakout, but we also got in on SPY because of this trend right here, right? If we remove these indicators, which are just EMA lines, we can see this white line that it has a bunch of support, right? So it hits it once, twice, almost 3 times, 4 times, got a bunch of buying pressure on it. So as we got that sell off here, back down to that level, that put the RSI near and around a 39, which the last time we were trading for a 39 was back in this range where we saw immediately got good buying pressure. So I knew we could get some sort of move going higher, right? We went to that hourly time frame and we can see here just that heavy amount of support, that same white line sold off. And this was our entry point. Honestly, getting in near and around that it was the 655 area, keeping our stops just below this trend line here. You guys can see that it continues to use it as some really nice support here. So it's worked out very, very well, right? Using opportunity trend lines, the RSI. And of course, we'll also look at an indicator by the name of the MACD, which is just a really good entry point indicator. So we can go up. We can see historically with the orange signal line breaking up through, that represents a really good entry point for the stock, right? So we can see a great one in here, and the stock rallied its way up right after. So, using indicators that you understand, using sell-off that you understand, and not getting in on just random positions, you gotta look for good breakouts or just good sell-off from stocks that you feel has a move to go higher, whether it's using breakouts, technical indicators, all of that stuff, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. But more importantly, I hope you guys learned something. So check out our school, sign up with Moomoo, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Like, follow, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care.